Well, let's start in DFS here. Reid, who is your captain's play?
Yeah, I think it's Jalen Hurts. In terms of what he's able to do, he's top 10 in in both big time throw percentage and turnover worthy play percentage. That's PFF.com, some stats that they're giving us for a guy like Jalen Hurts, and that's going to be big when you talk about a guy who needs to get you that upside ceiling play. And he's like the offensive line. Look, they're going to be without Jordan Mailata, and that's big, right? Because he is a solid offensive lineman. They won't be with him. So maybe, Jalen Hurts gets a little bit more yardage in terms of his prop, in terms of rushing. But I do like Jalen Hurts at the second most expensive. He's averaging around 25 DK fantasy points per game this year. I think it's a solid play.
All right, Pearce, how about you, man? Who you get a captain?
It's Jalen Hurts. Dallas has allowed over 400 yards in their first two games. His projection or his prop is 250 through the air, 50 on the ground, 1.5 passing touchdowns. For the Eagles, he's the most likely at the DraftKings Sportsbook to score a touchdown. So everything lines up for him. And you look at the Dallas. So both these teams are going to move the ball, but with Dallas, you could see this being spread out, different players performing. But if you look at the Eagles side, if they're going to keep up with this, it's going to be all Hurts. So he'll have the centralized focus.
By the way, everyone, there is a Millie Maker available in the DraftKings lobby tonight. Geoff, who is in your captain's chair? We've got a couple Jalen Hurts picks. What about you?
Yeah, look, I'm not against Jalen Hurts. I'm going to get against playing him in the captain spot. I do think this is a really interesting showdown. There's a lot of different ways you could go at captain. You could even go extreme value. I'm going to go in the middle, though. I'm going to go with Amari Cooper, averaging over 80 yards per game at home last year. Amari Cooper at home is a different beast. He averaged nearly 15 yards per reception versus under 10 yards per reception on the road last year as well. This Eagles defense, I get it. They've been really good against wide receivers so far. Deebo Samuel, though, he was fine last week. The only reason Deebo Samuel didn't go for a bigger game is because San Francisco was ahead that entire game, and their defense was taking care of business. But he went for 90 yards, 6 catches on 8 targets. This game should be faster paced. It should be closer because the Dallas defense is terrible. I like Amari Cooper for a big game here. I think he busts over 100 yards against this Eagles secondary.